Tanya was a beautiful girl from a respectable Christian home. She lived a life that pleased God right from her childhood. She was always cautious of her lifestyle. She was still a virgin at 23. It's been over 2 years since she left home for college to study medicine. Her mother's last words to her before she left were, "Tanya, my daughter, live a life that would please God and keep yourself till marriage, and don't let any man take your pride away." These words were her backbone and strength whenever she thought of slacking. Tanya kept herself all through year 1 to 2, but the story changed when she met Eric in her 3rd year. It was raining on that fateful day and she was stuck in class, waiting for the rain to stop before embarking on her journey home. While waiting, there was a restaurant opposite her class and Eric was seated with his friends eating and drinking. Eric was from an influential and rich family. He was known in school for living a lavish lifestyle and for also being a chronic women lover. He was very handsome and girls fell in love for his enchanting charisma. He was the dream of every girl in school and beyond. As she waited for the rain to stop but it didn't, she got into the rain, hastening her steps so she could get to her destination faster. Not minding her footsteps, she slipped on a slippery ground and fell drastically. Eric, who was seated with his friends at the restaurant, quickly sighted her and ran to her aid. On getting there, Tanya was bleeding on her head, so they had to quickly put her in his car and drove to a nearby hospital around their school. On getting to the hospital, she was admitted and Eric had to wait till she recovered since he didn't know any family or friend or hers to contact. Around 5 p.m. in the evening, Tanya opened her eyes to the sight of Eric. "Hey, are you okay?" he asked. "Yeah, I'm fine," she replied. "Please, what happened and where am I?" She continued, "You fell so hard and was unconscious, so I had to rush you to the hospital," he said. "How much is the bill?" she asked. "Don't worry, it's already cleared," he assured. Tanya thanked Eric for being a lifesaver and prepared to leave for her apartment. "I can give you a ride if you don't mind," he said. "You have done much already and I wouldn't want to stress you any further," she replied. "Okay, take care," he said and left the hospital. As at that time, Tanya didn't know who Eric was and what he was known for. She finally got home, took her bath and slept. The next day, Tanya had a test to write, so she hurriedly did some revision before leaving for school. While at school, she looked out to see if she would catch a sight of the kind man that helped her yesterday. "I don't even know his name," she said to herself. After the test, Tanya, who was known to be a brilliant student, finished up early and left the hall. She was on her way home when she spotted Eric smoking with his friends at a hidden corner in the school. She was a bit shocked and hastened her steps so as to pass them unnoticed. "Hey!" she heard from afar, and quickly turned to see who it was. Eric had already sighted her and started walking closer. "Hi," she said calmly. "You are the girl from yesterday, right?" He asked. "Yes, I am," she replied. "Hope you are okay now?" He continued. "I'm good," she replied. "Okay, take care," he said and was about to leave and she stopped him by asking, "Please, what's your name?" "I'm Eric, and you?" he asked. "I'm Tanya," she replied. As the atmosphere started becoming awkward, she broke the silence by asking him, "Do you know that smokers are liable to die young?" Eric paused for a minute and then replied, "Yes, I know, but I don't smoke all the time." "But why do you smoke at all?" she asked, and Eric gave her an amused look and finally replied by saying, "Smoking gives me a kind of joy nobody can." Tanya was a bit short of words and smiled before finally saying, "You haven't tried everyone, and I pray someday you find someone that would give you the kind of joy smoking can't beat." As Tanya walked away, Eric stood there dumbfounded as he watched her leave. "Who's this girl? Why haven't I seen her around school before? She isn't smitten or intimidated by me," he thought to himself. As Eric walked back to his crew, he wasn't interested in the weed they were smoking anyone as he couldn't get his mind off Tanya. He kept asking himself, "Who is she?